Yo, what up? It's your boy Chad back with another video. Back on Angel Time. I want to first ask if you guys get the like button on the way into the video. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it means everything to me. And if you guys are liking the content, subscribe to the tribe. Alright, so let's get it. If you guys look at the title of the video, I named it Why All Military Personnel Must Come to God in These Last Days. Why all military personnel must come to God in these last days. And I actually was going to make this video in my uniform, but I was not squared away in that uniform. So all my military people know out there that if you show up with a uniform that's unset, that is going to cost you 2 hours EMI. EMI means extra military instruction, and we do not want that. So I just settled for the camo jacket today. So in this video, I'm going to be using a lot of military terminology and some cuss words also. So for all my people that saved out there, I gave you the heads up. So I want to make this video on why all military personnel must come to God in these last days. So let's get it. Let's go. All right, first I want to talk about why I joined the military. And I joined the military straight out of high school, and this was in 2008. And as you guys know, in 2008, this is the beginning of the Great Recession, the stock market crash, the housing crash. Like, the war on Iraq was at its peak, and the world was just in shambles at that point. And I didn't really have a choice but to join the military at that point, because I did horrible in school. Like, I graduated by the hair on my skin. Like, I was even surprised that I graduated. I thought I was going to be going to summer school, but my math teacher had sympathy on me and she passed me. So that's how I wound up graduating. And I went to school for music all my life. I played trumpet and French horn, and as you guys know, in the performing arts, like, it's hit or miss. Like, in my opinion, like, the best musicians that you will ever hear are the best musicians that you don't hear, like in the subways or in the streets, or sometimes at some of your local bars or local jazz lounges or something like that. In my opinion, that is where you're going to see your best musicians. And also, those NBA, those NFL, those MLB dreams started to go out the window also. And also, I wanted to be a rapper too, I ain't gonna lie. We all wanted to be Biggie and Jay-Z and all those cats. So, but to the point, I really had no choice but to join the military. So I actually wanted to join the Army first, but when the Navy came to give the presentation, the Navy gave a better presentation. So I wound up going to the Navy. And I remember I told my father about it, and he was crying when I told him about it, because he actually wanted to join the military, but it was because of me that he didn't go, because he just had me. My mother told him if he goes to the military, she won't be here when he get back. So I wound up living out his dream by going to the military. So again, I really had no choice but to join the military. The world was in shambles. My grades didn't qualify for any scholarships, nor did I want to put myself in debt by chasing a degree or something that I probably wouldn't want to do anyway. Also, I didn't have the athletics or wanted to pursue the career in music. So that's why I joined the military. So first, I want to talk about the good of the military. And the military has brought so much structure in my life. Even to this day, I still follow a lot of things that I learned in the military that I carry on with my civilian life. Such as, I still fold my clothes boot camp style. I still shine my shoes. I still iron my clothes, press my clothes, starch my clothes. I actually had somebody hit me in the comment section saying how I dress very sharp. That is part of it, the military, because again, if you show up with a uniform that's unset, or you're looking like a soup sandwich, you will get in trouble. So the military tells you that you must be squared away at all times. They do not care if you're about to do a working party or a trash detail. You must be squared away at all times, or you will get in trouble. So to this day, I try to look as squared away as possible all the time. And also, it taught me discipline. And this is why to this day, I'm still up 5, 4, sometimes even 3 o'clock in the morning, because in the military, they teach you about having that early start and that early advantage to the day. Like, they say the early bird gets the worm, and the military is big on that. And this is why the first thing I do in the morning is go hit the gym, because the military tells you to knock out the physical part first of the day, and then after that, everything is just mental. So again, the discipline that's instilled with you from the military will give you an advantage over everybody that's in the civilian world. And also in military, they are big on time. If you are 1 second late after that bell rings at muster, that 1 second is going to cost you 2 hours EMI. So the military teaches you to always be 15 minutes early to any appointment, any muster, or anything that goes on. You must be 15 minutes early to everything. So I still carry that to this day. Like if I have an interview or anything, like I try to show up 15 minutes early. But the biggest thing that I loved about the military is the brotherhood that you were going to meet. Like it is unlike any friendship that you will ever meet, any fraternity, any frat group. That bond that you would have with your brother or sister is unmatched. And I feel like that is what's missing in the world today, because in the Navy we use the term, you don't leave your shipmates behind. So we always look out for our brothers no matter what. Even if you didn't like the person, like I am willing to die for that person, and that person is willing to die for me. And that is one thing that's missing nowadays. And also in the military, you guys know that if one get in trouble, we all get in trouble. So we do our best to keep everybody out of trouble. When I came back into the civilian world, I used to work these jobs. They was always screwing each other over and crossing each other and telling on each other. In the military, it was none of that, because like I said, if one get in trouble, we all are in trouble. So it was never none of that. Do not misunderstand me, because there were some Joe Navy people. Joe means strict. And there was also some Blue Falcons. And what a Blue Falcon is, that is a person that will do anything to try to screw you over. An example of a Blue Falcon is a person that, let's say we were at muster and the chief said, I need somebody with this qualification to do this job for me. A Blue Falcon would be a person to say, David got that qualification. Like that is what a Blue Falcon would do. So it wasn't always a brotherhood with everybody. Like you did have your bad people in the bunch, but for the most part, the brotherhood is unmatched. To this day, I haven't seen some of these brothers in almost 13 years. And every time we talk to each other, it's like we just pick up from where we left off at. And they would do anything for me, and I would do anything for them. So the brotherhood is unmatched, and that is what we don't get in the world nowadays. Like everybody nowadays, they're doing whatever, they're trying to screw everybody over to get to the top. That is not always the case in the military. It was more of a team effort for everything. And now I want to get into the bad about the military. And this is the reason why I made this video, because, and as you guys can see in the media, like the rate of S, and yes, I don't want to trigger anything. I think you guys know what S mean. If not, S means when you decide to take your own, yeah. So the rate of S has been the most it's ever been ever. And this is not only for men, because usually it was the men that was committing S. Now also the female rate of committing S is at its all-time high. And I have lost a lot of friends, a lot of brothers, and a lot of shipmates to S. And I told you guys before, like I used to have dark thoughts. And when I talk to other brothers and sisters that I used to serve with, they have the same dark thoughts. So it is not just me, it is a lot of us that have these thoughts. And it's crazy, because the people that did commit S were people that you would have never thought that would have done it. Like these was clowns, like people that were funny, like happy, jokey, play all the time. And when they got out the military and came to their civilian life, they wound up committing S. And I was actually talking to one of my shipmates that I didn't speak to since boot camp, and we was catching up on life, and we wound up having a conversation about these thoughts that we've been having since we've been out the military. And we honestly think that these drugs that was administered to us during boot camp and all throughout the military, we believe that that was the cause of why we was having these problems. Like in the military, like you don't ask any questions, you just go for the shot and that's it. Like especially in boot camp, you're lined up back to back. You step up, shot, step up, shot, step up, shot. And you just ask no questions about it. Also throughout the Navy, like they tell you like, this shot is for this shot is for this shot is for this shot prevents this shot prevents this. Meanwhile, you do not know what you're taking and what type of long-term effects it's going to have on your mind and your health. And you are forced to take these drugs. And nowadays, especially with and you see how they were forced to take that, and if they didn't take that, they would be punished or discharged or even court-martialed if you didn't want to do it. And also, I've seen videos with some military personnel with the digital currency in their hand. And first, I want to say that I don't know if that is the MOTB. And yes, I got to talk in codes with that also. I don't know if that's the MOTB, but do I believe the MOTB is already here? Yes. Do I believe the AC is already here? Yes. But do I believe that was the MOTB? Not necessarily, because if you read the scriptures, There's more prophecy that has to be fulfilled. The scriptures say we will be persecuted and beheaded if we do not take the MOTB. And it also says that there will be an angel basically warning the world not to take the MOTB. So again, do I believe the MOTB is already here? Certainly. But do I believe that was the MOTB? I don't know. But to the point I'm trying to make is, military personnel are forced to take these drugs, and they do not know the effects that these drugs will have on your mind and your body. So this is why I'm making this video. And this goes to people who are currently serving or who are veterans. Like, you need to turn to God more than ever nowadays. Because if the MOTB was anything like any of the other drugs that we had to take by force, and you wind up taking the MOTB, there is nothing you can do about that. There's no turning back from that. The Bible makes it clear that once you get that mark, there was no going back. And for my people that wind up taking all these, you need to start fasting and praying and getting that up out of your body, because you do not know the long-term effects that it would have on you. And I can sincerely say that since I've got saved, got baptized, gave my life to God, and I've been praying and fasting, I do not have any of these mental problems that I have just 2 years ago. So now more than ever, you must turn to God. So this is the reason why I'm making this video, man. To all my military personnel, man, you got to come to God in these last days, man, because God is the only one that's going to save you. So that wraps up with the video right there, man. That is why all military personnel must come to God in these last days. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share this video out to everybody, because this message needs to be heard. And also for my other military personnel that's going through this stuff, you are not the only one. You may be under contract and may not be able to talk about this type of stuff, but again, we never leave a shipmate behind. So I'm here with you, man. I will be your spokesperson. So, and like, comment, subscribe, share this video out. First, get right the Most High. They get on Angel Time.